This is my official attack without Barbara. This is my official attack with Barbara. Hey there everybody, it's your boy Kibaro, and today we're gonna talk about our resident healer, Barbara. Let's go dig in. Let's talk about the standard team around Barbara. So we have our DPS, we have our semi-DPS, which we have Xiangling over here. Noelle is our resident like shield, extra healer, and then Barbara is our healer. So with your elemental resonance on this team, this is like an all elemental resonance team. So this is like pretty standard. You have your DPS here. You can change this DPS with anybody else. You could have like Lisa. You could have Beidou. You could have Razor. It depends on you. It's more of you have a DPS. You have a healer. I chose to make a tank. No, which is because Noelle is free. Xiangling is free also on Abyss 3-3. You get your standard team. Okay, let's talk about how I use my standard team. So here I changed my Xiangling to Xingqiu because we're fighting a Pyro Regisvine, so it's much more better to bring a water semi-DPS to nuke the shield faster. So I used my Fischl here as DPS just because she's easier to maneuver in world exploration. Also, she's long range, so instead of like using my catching like roaming all around, I could just like nuke everybody with just normal attacks. That's just the only explanation I'm using Fischl here. So I'm going to the boss. I switched to Noelle for the shield so I can freely set up my team without interruption. I switched to Fischl for Oz got constant DPS and switched to Xingqiu for some hydro damage and damage reduction. Then went back to Barbara for heal buff and also increased attack buff on my Fischl. Went back to Fischl to nuke the boss down with normal attacks. I used Xingqiu ult here to get hydro damage on each Fischl attack. Switched to Fischl to do some damage. I'm actually doing a lot less damage here just because I'm canceling my attack animation too early, but that does not really matter since this is a Barbara video. So I went along with it. I quickly switched to Noelle, shield, and went back to Fischl. Summoned Oz, switched back to Xingqiu for damage reduction, and to Barbara to increase attack, and then went back to Fischl for a nuke. Here I just normal attacked the boss down, did a charge attack, and just finished the world level 4 fight without even a dent to my HP. Okay, this time let's talk about alternatives on the team. So you saw me that I changed my Xiangling to Xingqiu at some point because I was thinking like I'm gonna fight like a fire Regisvine, so it's much more better to change out my Xiangling for Xingqiu. Okay, let's go with all of the characters one by one. Okay, so let's start with Amber. With Amber over here, you could either take out Fischl for a double Pyro resonance, or you could take out Noelle and then put in Fischl, so that you can make Fischl your main DPS, I guess. Beidou, with Beidou over here, let's put in Noelle. With Beidou over here, I think the only one that I could take out with Beidou is Xiangling, I guess. Like a Fischl, Beidou, Noelle, Barbara would be really good, and then Beidou will be your main DPS. Fischl will be your like semi-support DPS. You can take out Noelle for Xiangling. Would be pretty nice. Would be a more offensive kind of approach, and then Beidou would be still your main DPS. Barbara here is always going to be a healer, increases your attack damage, so you don't have to worry on anything. With regards to Bennett, on Bennett, I think this is a really good fit. Like Barbara, Fischl, Xiangling, Bennett, and then you could put Fischl your main DPS. You could also put your Xiangling as main DPS. You can either choose between the two, and then Bennett can just like extra heals, extra attack percentage based on his base attack. It would be really good. I think Bennett would be a good choice here. You could take out, if you really want to release this team, you can take out Fischl, then you can put in Noelle. This would be like pretty defensive in a way. Like putting in Noelle and Barbara is a pretty defensive team. It's really good. You can put in one DPS and then one support DPS, so you can put in like either go in for like a resonance kind of team and then go for like a DPS. It depends on you, so it's more of like that. Like I would take out Noelle for this. This is like a very offensive team right here. If you want to take out Fischl, you can put that in. You want to put in Noelle, would be really nice. This is a free-to-play team on top of D-Luck. Like what I said, on top of D-Luck. D-Luck is not free to play, but Noelle, Xiangling, and Barbara is like pretty easy to go to. So D-Luck, Noelle, Xiangling, Barbara would be your go-to team if you have this team. You can put in no Fischl over here for more DPS kind of attack. This would really fit with your D-Luck. Would be really nice if you have your Fischl. With Jean is kind of fighting with Barbara, but if you want to use Jean. You could use Jean as your main DPS with Fischl, Xiangling, and Barbara. You could take out I wouldn't want to take out Xiangling over here. No, but I think Fischl could be better compared to Jean. Yeah, I would just go with like Fischl over here and then put in like Noelle. But again, if you want a free-to-play perspective, go with Xiangling, Barbara, Noelle, and Jean. This is like pretty standard team. So that could be it. With Jean and Barbara together, I don't think your HP is gonna go any lower than you can ever possibly do, unless you're playing Dudu or your enemy is like really strong enough. You need to level up. Kea, I don't want to talk about Kea. I mean, if you really want to use Kea, it's like a very free-to-play team on top of Barbara. I don't know. Kea, I just use Kea for Abyss 7. I think the only time that I've used Kea so far is Abyss 7. So I can't give like any updates on Kea. Catching is really good with Fischl over here. But if you don't have a Fischl, you can put in Noelle. I really like this team, to be honest. This is my main team. And sometimes I take out... No, we can't take out Barbara right now because she's our main... we're building a team around her. So that's it. And your main DPS here is catching with Fischl and Xiangling as your support DPS. And Barbara increasing your catching. This is actually my team. Sometimes I take out Xiangling for Noelle. I actually do this when I'm very lazy. Like I just want to put up a shield, use Fischl's bird, and then catching just go kabam. I mean Barbara, I switch in Barbara for the increased attack buff, but that's just basically it. So after catching, we got Klee is not yet around. We got Lisa. Lisa, you could use Lisa with Fischl, Noelle, and Barbara. If you don't have Fischl, you can put Xiangling in. Your main DPS would be Lisa. If you want a better approach, you could go with this. This is a very standard team right here. That would be really good. That's the workaround on your Barbara. On Mona, I would go with this, and then I'd make like Fischl my main DPS. If I don't have a Fischl, I would put in Noelle. Really good. You have like Hydro Resonance over here, so you got no problem with Mona. Mona is really strong, especially on this lineup. This lineup with Mona, gonna eat the enemies up, bro. You're very lucky if you have a Mona. And then Ningguang with Barbara. I don't know if you've seen the videos, but Ningguang with Barbara is bonkers. You could even go with this. Yeah, you could even go with this. However you wanna do with it. Like Fischl over there. No, I think Xiangling would be way better. I would be Xiangling. Ningguang, Noelle, Barbara. Oh my god, the damage that you're going to unleash. I can't even think about it. Chi is kind of you can make Chi your main DPS on top of Noelle and Xiangling, but you can also put Fischl there. But it also like it would lose. The only thing that Barbara would be good for if you have a Chi is for attack up, because healing wise Chi just basically covers everything. Unless you need like a support heal, that would be basically it. You could put out another DPS here with your Chi, like D-Luck or something, or whoever like fire unit you can put in. That's basically okay. That's good. So let's go back to Fischl. So right after Chi, we got Razor. Razor is really good DPS, one of the highest DPS in the game. This is a Razor team. This is a Razor team right here. If you have a Fischl. If you don't have Fischl, Noelle is always a good fit. Noelle is always a good fit with regards to just like making your playstyle a bit more safer. If you want more damage, I think Fischl is always the next best choice if you have a main DPS already. Xiangling and Fischl is pretty standard. Barbara, we're moving around for Barbara. We don't want to take out our Barbara. Barbara is there to increase the attack damage of our team, to heal. It's basically everything. On Sucrose side, Xiangling, Fischl, Sucrose is a bomb. A ticking time bomb. Enemies will just like get nuked by Sucrose right after Xiangling and Fischl. Everything down here on these four is gonna spank. If you don't have a 5-star, you can main these four, then you're not gonna have any problems. Okay, so after Sucrose, we got Traveler. Traveler with Noelle. I would rather like have Traveler with Noelle. This increases attack percentage by 15%, increases like shield as well. If you look at it, if you make Traveler That's assuming your traveler is Geo though. If it's wind traveler, I would go with Fischl. If it's wind traveler, I'll go with no cap, no cap. And then our next one, we take out. Yeah. Next one after traveler is Venti. Venti with Noelle and Shangli is too defensive, so you need like a DPS here. I would really actually go for Fischl right now. If you don't have Fischl, you can put in Lisa. Would be pretty much more better than putting Noelle. Venti here is more of a CC kind of approach already. You don't want to put in like too much defensive sometimes. Like you could put in too defensive, but your DPS has to be like one of the top, like D-Luck, like catching. If it's not that kind of team, you have to move around your units. You can have like a Fischl over here. Would be pretty okay. Fischl will be your main DPS though. Xiao is not yet around. Xingqiu, I really like Xingqiu. Xingqiu with Barbara gives you a 30. Look at this, 30% increase incoming healing. And then you go into fighting like the Fire Regisvine boss on this team. Your reduces the duration of Pyro size by 40%. Really good. This is a team I actually use, but I take out Xiangling sometimes, especially if I'm on mobile. On my mobile phone, I would use Fischl, Xingqiu, Noelle, and Barbara. Why? Because on my mobile phone I always use long range units, because I don't. It's really hard to play around on the mobile phone, so I just use long range units with that one. So Xingqiu, Noelle, Fischl, and Barbara. On the last one, I would go. Okay, I think we're done with regards to party. Let's go on to Barbara now. Okay, let's talk about Barbara now. So let's start with her character bonus. Barbara's character bonus is when Barbara cooks a boiled dish, the perfect zone on the cooking meter is twice the normal size. So Barbara is really good for cooking. You can use her for your cooking bonus. Talents breakdown. So her first talent is Whisper of Water. This is her normal attack. Normal attack performs up to 4 water splash attacks that deal hydro damage. Charged attack consumes a certain amount of stamina to deal AoE hydro damage after a short casting time. I really don't use that much with regards to Barbara's damage, but I've seen like crazy ass Barbara's like one shot, like nuking the hell out of the Pyro Regisvine. With regards to elemental skill, let the show begin. Summons water droplets resembling musical notes that form a melody loop, dealing hydro damage to surrounding enemies and afflicting them with the wet status. Melody loop. Barbara's normal attacks heal all party members and nearby allied characters for a certain amount of HP, which scales with Barbara's max HP. So you want to put your Barbara with higher HP, okay? That's what we're going to think about later on when we're making her build. Her charge attack generates 4 times the amount of healing. So when you do this charge attack over here that consumes stamina, it makes 4 times of the amount of healing compared to Barbara's normal attacks. I think this is 5%, so you get like a 20% heal. So it regenerates a certain amount of the current character's HP at regular intervals. This is the melody loops moving around your Barbara, your character when you're using Barbara's skill. Applies the wet status to the character enemies who come in contact with them. So if your enemy has like a fire shield, you can use Barbara as Barbara's like melody loop just to take out the shield. But it won't be that much of a damage, so it's much better to use like Barbara's normal attack if you want to take out a pyro shield with that one. Elemental burst. Shining Miracle heals friendly forces and all parties for a large amount of HP that scales with Barbara's max HP. So basically this is the AoE heal. So even if your character is not on the field, she will just heal everybody on your team. This is why like Barbara is really good. We will know more why she's better with her Constellation later on, especially for Shining Miracle right over here. Let's go out with Ascensions. So on Ascension 1, the change is the stamina. You get a passive. The stamina consumption of characters within the Let the Show Begins melody loop is reduced by 12%. So the skill on her passive actually lowers down the stamina usage on your character that's in the game by reduces it by 12%. So let's say you're catching always uses charge attack, right? It reduces the stamina consumption by 12%. So you get an extra after like what's this? After like 10 charge attacks, you get like 1 extra if you have like a catching down on the field. On Ascension 2, there's no change. Ascension 3, there's no change as well. Ascension 4, this is AR35. When a character gains an elemental orb particle, the duration of Let the Show Begins melody loop is extended by 1 second. The maximum extension is 5 seconds. So Barbara over here is actually really good with like lightning characters because you get like an elemental orb slash particle every it increases the elemental orb slash particle with regards to like lightning resonance. So I think this is a really good on top of lightning resonance. I'm just like highlighting the lightning resonance, but this is really good when you're gaining like an elemental orb. You get an extended. So most likely, I think the time on the elemental skill, if I'm not mistaken, is like 10 seconds. So you get like up to 15 seconds. That's really good. Her Ascension 5 and 6 doesn't really change with regards to passive, so you don't have any problems there. Let's go to Constellations. Constellation 1, Barbara regenerates 1 energy every 10 seconds. This is why I was talking about when Barbara, even just one dupe of Barbara, gives you can use your ult passively. Like, it just fills up passively every 10 seconds. I think every 5 minutes you're gonna have like an ult. Roughly 5 minutes. Her second constellation decreases the cooldown and let the show begin by 15%. During the ability's duration, the current character gains 15% hydro damage bonus. Oh, it is actually really good when you have a barber. Then you can have this. You increase your the hydro bonus. So on Constellation 2, decreases the CD of let the show begin by 15%. During the ability's duration, the current character gains 15% hydro damage bonus. It's really good if you want to take out like pyro shields. With Barbara over here, it makes life so much easier if you have Constellation 2. On Constellation 3, increases the level of Shining Miracle by 3, maximum upgrade level is 15. So it just increases the level of your Shining Miracle. On the talent side, on Constellation 4, every enemy hit by Barbara's charge attack causes her to regenerate 1 energy. So if you want to max out your energy so that you can use an ult right after or right away, much more better to like just charge attack so you get an ult. On Constellation 5, increase the level of let the show begin by 3, so it just increases the level of your let the show begin. On Constellation 6, this is one of the best ones in the game. When Barbara is not on the field, the character in play falls, automatically revives this character, fully regenerates this character's HP to 100%. This effect can only occur every once 15 minutes. It's an auto revive if your character is dead when Barbara's not on the field. As long as she's in the party. So this is like really good. Okay, I think we have tackled Barbara all in all. Let's go to her weapon and artifact. Okay, so let's go to weapons. Actually, the weapon I'm using right now with Barbara, this is why the reason that my character is my main DPS has like an attack every time I'm switching in Barbara for like, let's say my Fischl over there like had like 2k attack and then went to 2.k attack. It was because of. So when switching characters, the new character taking the field has their attack increased by 48% for 10 seconds. This effect can only occur once every 2. I would suggest this is like the best book for Barbara. Like, this not only just makes her a healer, she's also a buffer as well. I mean, the extra heals are okay with regards to other books. There's like a book here that after damaging an opponent with an elemental skill, the skill has 40% chance in its own CD. It only occur once every 30 seconds. This doesn't work on Barbara. This one is really good for Ningguang, the Widsith, but I would suggest if you have a Barbara, this is the best book for her. The Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers. This is it. This is peak. You don't even need to max it out. The only way that you want to max it out if you want to have higher HP. But since I'm lacking on resources right now to max out my Barbara, I can use her on level 50, even on world level 4. And I'm still using a level 50 Barbara, she still works. The only thing that I would want her, I guess if I want to make her stronger, I would invest more into this book, ascending it to higher levels. But at this current rate, when resources are very low, you can just use like a level 20 book and then your Barbara's good. You don't even need to max out your Barbara that much, especially if you're starting out. I always do like I max out only like 2 characters first, which is my Fischl and my Keqing. My Noelle is like 3rd right now, and then my Xiangling and Xingqiu are next. Barbara is also one of the characters that I slightly invest on, but not that much. Their most investment is more on Ascension and levels, but with regards to weapons and artifacts, I don't really invest that much, especially on artifacts. Let's talk about artifacts. I have the Exile set on her, the max out Exile set. You can have like a double set with the energy recharge plus 20%. I think the set for that is Scholar. The Scholar and the Exile set for artifact is good because you get like energy recharge plus 20% on both. If you want like a 4-tier set, I would say like the Barbara on the Exile set is like That's what I do on my artifacts. I think that's basically it. We've covered everything. Barbara, we talked about her weapons, her constellations, talents. If you're talking about maxing out talents first, I would max out the heal first because I use this and then Shining Miracle. On your normal attacks, I don't think you use normal attacks that much on Barbara, so I think you can use it fast. I haven't ascended for her yet, but she'll be there. Shout out to Anerbriv List over here, bro. Loving your content. Keep it up. A Barbara guide would be amazing. This is it. This is your Barbara guide. I tell you, I read each and one of your comments. So comment down below if you want a guide to see, because I'll do it. Shout out to Cantaloupe over here. Is the Fischl nerf gonna affect her? I'm scared since I focus all my resources on her. You have no problems. All the nerfs are fakes. There is no nerf coming to our characters anytime soon, as far as I know. And last but not the least, shout out to Agelvis. Cough, cough, do Singchu plus. Yes, Singchu will be coming. Don't worry. Don't worry. We won't forget about our boy, Singchu. And that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the bell icon so you can get notified for the next one. See you soon.